All right, let's talk about cybersecurity. Today, we're going to connect the dots from the really simple things you do on your own keyboard all the way up to how massive organizations and governments keep their data safe in the cloud. Let's get into it.
So, why should you care? We'll start with this number 25. Every single second of every single day, about 25 computers somewhere in the world fall victim to a cyber attack. Not every hour, not every minute, every second. It's a nonstop global issue, and it really shows that this stuff affects absolutely everyone.
Okay, so if we want to protect ourselves, we first got to understand what we're up against. The digital world has some, let's say, creative threats. So let's break down a few of the big ones you might run into. First up, the absolute classic, phishing. You can think of this as a digital con artist. You know the type. You get an email that looks exactly like it's from your bank, or maybe Amazon, and it's screaming at you to verify your account details right now. The whole game is to trick you into clicking their link and typing your password into a fake website. And just like that, they have the keys. Now for something way more clever, the salami attack. This is basically death by a thousand cuts. The attacker doesn't try to steal $1 million from one person. Nope. Instead, they steal one single cent from 1 million different people. Each tiny little theft is so small that nobody ever notices. But when you add it all up, it's a huge score for the bad guy. And then there's data diddling, which is even sneakier. This is all about changing information just for a moment to get what you want. So imagine an employee wants to give themselves a massive bonus. They might slip into the payroll system, change their salary for just one pay cycle, and then right after they get paid, they change it back. They're hoping that temporary little blip just gets lost in the noise. And finally, there's webjacking. This is when a hacker completely takes over a website you know and trust. They can change what's on the page, or worse, they can redirect you to a totally different, malicious site that's designed to infect your computer. It's so dangerous because it uses your own trust in a familiar brand completely against you. Okay, I know, that all sounds pretty terrifying, but here's the good news. Defending yourself doesn't have to be super complicated. In fact, some of the strongest defenses are actually pretty simple habits. So let's build out our personal security toolkit. It all starts right here with your password. I mean, look at the difference. On the left, you've got password 123. A computer could crack that in what, a few seconds? But look at the right. MIWD02W for me. It's a phrase password, short for Monday is the worst day of the week for me. It's long, it's got mixed up letters and a number. It's easy for you to remember, but a total nightmare for a hacker to guess. Next up, and this one is huge, two-factor authentication, or 2FA. Think of it as a second lock on your digital front door. Even if a thief steals your password, they still can't get in because they don't have your phone to get the special code. Turning it on is usually just a few simple clicks in your settings, and honestly, it's one of the best things you can do to keep your account safe. And to round out the toolkit, we've got these essentials. A good antivirus program is like your computer's immune system. A firewall acts like a bouncer for your internet connection, checking who gets in and out. Being careful on public Wi-Fi is just common sense. You never know who's listening. And updating your software, that closes the security holes that hackers are always looking for. So we've covered what we can do. Now let's zoom out. Because here's the really cool part. The exact same ideas that protect your email are what the pros use to protect entire companies. This is where personal habits scale up and become enterprise-level strategy. I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. If that's what it takes for just one person to stay safe, how on earth does a massive corporation or a government protect thousands of employees, thousands of computers, and petabytes of data? That's millions of gigabytes from the very same threats. Well, the answer isn't just buying more antivirus software. The answer is a framework. It's a structured, organized plan for managing risk. We're going to look at a really big one from the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST. But there are others, like ISO 27001, which is used all over the world, or CISA, which gives guidance for critical infrastructure. They all have the same goal, to turn security from guesswork into a science. And this quote from the Department of Defense just nails the professional mindset. It's making it crystal clear that cybersecurity isn't some side job for the IT department. No, it is a core responsibility of leadership, just as important as finance or operations or anything else. So what exactly is this NIST framework? The best way to think about it is like a giant recipe book for security. It's a huge catalog of hundreds of specific controls. Think of them as ingredients.
that an organization can pick and choose from to build a secure system that's right for them. It's not one size fits all. It's a guide for making smart, risk-based decisions. And this is where it all clicks. This is the big reveal. All those little personal habits we talked about, they're just smaller versions of professional security controls. You creating a strong password, that's the heart of what NIST calls identification and authentication. You using antivirus software, that scales up to system and information integrity. You being suspicious of a phishing email, that's formalized as awareness and training. Even that simple choice not to plug in a random USB stick you found, that's media protection. It's all the same logic, just applied at a much, much bigger scale.
So as we start to wrap this up, it becomes really clear. Good security isn't just about following a random checklist of tips you found online. It's a way of thinking. It's a mindset that's built on a solid framework for managing risk.
So if you remember one thing, let it be this. The core principles are the same everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're protecting your email or an entire country's power grid. The fundamental ideas of verifying who someone is, making sure data is trustworthy, and just being aware of threats, those never change. It's always about layers of defense, and your own awareness is always, always your most powerful tool.
Which really brings us to one final thought. You probably protect your house with a system, right? You've got locks, maybe an alarm. You've designed an architecture for your physical safety. So the question I want to leave you with is this. What is the architecture of your digital life? Are you just using a few random tools here and there, or have you actually designed a thoughtful, layered defense?